These are 10 things you didn't know about Asake. And first, have you ever heard him speak in an interview? You'd think the guy was just some dude from the hood. Well, here's the shocker. He's quite educated. He even holds a university degree from Obafemi Awolowo University. You see, growing up, Asake took his education pretty seriously, and that's why he chose to study dramatic arts. Besides, it was perfectly in line with his dream of becoming a music star.
When I was in school, I dropped a song and the whole school went crazy on this song, and I saw the effect on people. I was like, wow. So I just decided to leave everything and just face the music.
It even provided the perfect opportunity for him to test his beats in live shows. I mean, what better place to show off your musical talent than in front of a brutal university audience? They give you the kind of confidence that you need to conquer the world. Or they could boo you so badly that you need a fellow artist to save you. Well, that's exactly what happened to Asake. And things got so bad that he had to be saved by Black Bones. So it's 2015, and Asake is getting ready to perform to an audience of over 5,000 OAU students. And that's when an idea struck him. Why not try some tricks from the great Fela? So he went on stage bare-chested with a handful of barely clothed ladies, and let's just say things went very wrong. The audience of over 5,000 started raining down boos and angry shouts. It seemed Asake's Fela inspiration was a massive failure, but it's to be expected. University audiences come across as one of the hardest to please, especially by some new artist who's trying to win them over. They could easily get behind an artist, but at worst, it's like a group of hungry sharks. And that's exactly what happened to Asake. Eventually, things got so bad that he had to hide behind a speaker until Black Bones came to whisk him away from the stage. Talk about perfect timing. At least now he could please just about any audience. That's right. What if I told you that Asake holds the record for the highest charting African debut album on Apple Music? Asake's debut album, Mr. Money with the Vibe, was very successful. But do you know how successful it was? For starters, it was the first album to have all its songs occupy the first 12 spots on Apple Music Top 100, which is quite unusual. You don't see an album getting half of its songs to occupy all the top spots, and to think Asake had the entire album occupy the top spots is unbelievable. The album also peaked at number 2 on Billboard's World Album Chart. Considering it was his debut album, Asake must have put in some serious effort in that album. His incorporation of Fuji, Afropop, and Amapiano into his music helped him create a new sound, which he calls Afrofusion, and people absolutely loved it.
I call my music Afrofusion because it has a lot of genre in it. Like there's hip-hop in my sound, there's Amapiano in my sound, there is R&B in my sound, there's Fuji in my sound. You get, like, it's just me. My sound comes with a feeling.
You just can't resist dancing to his songs. They're electric in every sense of the word. But you know what else is electric? His dancing. It's absolutely electric. Before he switched to singing, Asake was a dancer, and a really good one. But he soon switched to singing after he realized he could make twice as much simply by singing.
Like, dance is like something I love. I can't even do without moving, you get. So like, I love dance. But I feel like the kind of money I want, I'm not sure dance can give me. Do you understand? So I had to just join another thing with this, and that is music, because I know how to do it.
According to Asake, musicians were making much more than dancers, and if he was ever going to live the lavish lifestyle he wanted, he needed to jump on the wagon. And that he did. If anything, Asake's switch to singing's been life-changing for him. Now, he's one of Afrobeat's biggest artists, both in Nigeria and internationally. But you know what many people don't know about him? How he got his nickname. You see, back when he was young, most of his friends in secondary school used to call him by that name. But the name was actually his mother's, and he chose to adopt it because of how close he was to his mother.
I got the name from my mother. You know, she honed the name before me, and I decided to have the name too.
That's some special bond. And being a dancer since he was young, Asake just went with the name whenever he was performing, and it just kind of stuck. But you know what else stuck? His old nickname. Back in the days, Asake was a little different. A new artiste just looking to find his foot in a big industry. He started out with the stage name Medu. And that's not the best part. He actually released a couple of songs, especially Joha, under the name, which just never took off at the time. But thanks to some tweaks, almost everyone now vibes to the new Joha. Guess he hadn't found the secret formula then. Speaking of secrets, Who would believe that Asake actually squatted with a couple of artists before hitting it big? You see, back when Asake was eyeing a big future in music, he had it so hard that he had to shuffle between people's houses, basically anyone that cared to host him. He didn't have money to get a house of his own, and he wasn't going to just give up on his dream. Guess he can look back now at his humble beginnings and just appreciate how far he's come. But did you know Asake had started his music career a long time ago? That's right. His time in OAU was many things for him. It was where he made most of his friends today. And most importantly, it was where his music career took off. You see, back in 2015, Asake started singing with a couple of his friends who were also upcoming musicians. He would perform in various shows with friends like Black Bones, Yumali, Chinko Ekin, and Fireboy. He released his hit song titled Joha in January 2015, and it soon became quite popular amongst the students that made up the OAU community. The song came with its own dance steps, which helped boost the song's popularity and placed Asake in the echelon of student celebrities. But before he became a celebrity, Asake did a lot of things to make ends meet. However, one that seems quite unusual is that he worked with Broda Shaggy on a skit. And it wasn't just him holding cameras, he actually acted in the skit and absolutely killed his role. He seemed a natural at it. Who knows, maybe Asake could have turned out to be a pretty good comedian like Shaggy. I mean, he's got the talent, but maybe music was his destiny after all. Besides acting in skits, he also worked as a backup singer for Broda Shaggy during this time. This was how he made some bucks before he became the star we know today. But now, he makes so much money that his lifestyle's absolutely wild. With a net worth of $1.2 million, Asake owns a lot of things you would have never imagined. Just think of his 2023 G-Wagon AMG G63, worth around $220,000, and you don't want to imagine the cost in Naira. It's massive. But even that's nothing compared to the ride he acquired in February, a McLaren 570S for $350,000. You just know Asake loves to live large. No wonder he's called Mr. Money. I bet he prints money somewhere in his house. But seriously, that's some crazy spending. However, Asake's huge lifestyle goes beyond his cars. Just take a look at his dressing style at every event. You just know he spends so much money on clothes that you'd almost think he was some sort of designer.
Fashion gives me confidence. And me, myself, I love to be in good space. I love to look good. You know, like when I look good, the moment I look good, I feel like there's nowhere I can't step in. There's nobody I can't talk to.
Some even call him the poster fashion boy of Afrobeats. Well, maybe he picks up an interest in becoming a designer sometime in the future. So, which of these things left you the most shocked? Let us know in the comments.